How we doing, everyone? Mark Joe Szymanski, owner, founder of Find a Tech, with you here today. This is a video specifically for people that want to improve the speed of their WordPress websites, specifically people that use Elementor, JetEngine, these plugins that seemingly like bloat the hell out of WordPress. Give you a lot of functionality and solid things that you can do to extend the platform and make beautiful websites that function like extremely well. But again, for some reason, at least in my experience where I'm at, I've been searching tirelessly for a solution to make these websites faster for one, like SEO ranking purposes and everything, but honestly just user experience, because there's been many times where I have just been experiencing a slow site, whether it's editing or on the front end, and it's just a mess. Nobody wants a slow website, especially not in 2023. So what I've done is I've kind of like used my website, my company website here, as like kind of like test case, and I'm just going to walk you through the exact process. In the title and the description, hopefully the way that you got to this video is like your situation is similar. The reason I'm specifically making this video is because I found a lot of information that was somewhat pertinent, and ultimately the solution as it sits right now is not like that difficult to implement or that crazy. However, again, if you type in right now, like how to make a WordPress Elementor JetEngine website fast, you're going to get like a bunch of conflicting stuff. And I'm not saying this is the only solution. I'm just saying that this is definitely one of the solutions that seemingly put you in the right direction. So quick context, and then we're just going to kind of dive into it, because like I said, this isn't that difficult. I am using on this website, on all the websites that I build with Cloudways as the provider. If you've ever heard of Cloudways, there'll be a link in the description. Cloudways, I have some other videos on the channel about it. Pretty good hosting platform. It's cloud hosting. You can do a lot of different things with it. You can have like several different servers, obviously, all in one thing. Every client, every single website, no matter if it's client or my website, is on its own cloud server. Gives you a lot of benefits. We're not going to go super deep into it, but the point is that like if you need to scale up the resources for any reason, let's say your client starts getting thousands of people come to their site, you can scale up the server in that regard rather than having 20 website like clients all in one server. I just think this is a way better way to go. You can do this other ways too. I'm not saying Cloudways is the only option, but it's been pretty good to me. Again, watch the other video if you want like a deep dive on it. Specifically, where I was at was I wanted a way to make these websites faster. I know like enough information about certain different technical pieces to like know sort of the direction I needed to go in. But the one thing, and I would really recommend this to any of you other like devs out there or any agency owners, do not add more pieces to your agency before you exhaustively look internally to see if you already have something that you're paying for as a part of a product or whatever, a little add-on that you could potentially utilize to do the task or to solve the problem that you're trying to solve. Here's number one. Cloudways as an example, because again, this is what we're talking about. It has something called Cloudflare Enterprise, like built in as an add-on that you could utilize. And if you're looking on the screen here, you could see Enterprise CDN, image optimization, DDoS protection, all of this cool stuff, right? These buzzwords, these things that we know we need, like, oh, everybody tells you you should be using a CDN, you should be optimizing your images. I'll tell you, when we look at this website, when we look at the stats in a second here, the before stats, the images were huge. I did not care about image optimization at all. I did not care about like a content delivery network. I didn't care about any of that sort of stuff. I knew it was all important, but that's why I was in this position, because we needed to go this route, right? So I didn't end up using Cloudflare Enterprise via Cloudways. I've asked some people about it. I've watched a couple videos on it. Not a ton of information out there, more so just like setup videos, not like, is this a good idea? I did watch one from, I believe it's Tony Teaches Tech. I'll try to leave a link down there. That he did a pretty good job, like explaining it, and didn't seem like it was a good, like it was worth it, right? So the point is that this was a paid for option, not opposed to paying for things, and it was built in. But this is what I mean, is like check the stuff that you have already, because so many products now are partnered with other people and all that sort of stuff, and maybe they have an option for you. I was looking for image optimization at minimum, potentially a CDN, and really just like some sort of like extra caching or optimization just in general. Didn't end up going with this. Talked to some people, like I said. They didn't feel like this was worth it because the Cloudflare product that they offer like separately, there's a free plan of that, Probably would have even been a better option than this. Don't quote me. All I know is I've used this on one other site and I didn't see like the craziness that I'm going to show you here in a second. So look internally first. In this case, that wasn't what I ended up going with. Maybe it'll work for you, but that's not what I want. Let me show you what this website was before. Yet, literally yesterday, I took a PageSpeed Insights test, and I was getting 49 on desktop. It just does this performance thing. You can see some of this other stuff. This is just a screenshot from like a recording that I did. Not good. You do not want this. Like, look how bad these numbers are. These are obviously bad. My fault entirely. Huge images on this site. I don't have the numbers on here. I think I might have them on GTmetrix here in a second. The mobile was even worse. The mobile was in like the 20s. Not good. Google doesn't like that. Your users aren't going to like that. It's really not good. And to just, again, interject here, the website is to give you the big things. Elementor, hello Elementor as the theme. Elementor and Elementor Pro as the builder. JetEngine and a few other JetEngine accompanying plugins for like most of the custom post type stuff and like just different things along those lines. There is some custom post type UI because I've yet to produce all that into JetEngine. There's advanced custom fields, just a bunch of stuff like that. Like those are, I guess, seemingly heavy. I don't know how to make that less. There's a whole other conversation to say, should you use Elementor, should you not? There's a bunch of other page builders out there. A lot of them are probably faster. But again, it's a different conversation for a different time. In my opinion, Elementor still has such a huge market share and so many things that play with it, like especially like a JetEngine, that it's just like it doesn't make sense for me entirely yet to like move somewhere else. So how do we fix the problem at hand is what we're trying to tackle here without changing our entire development, layout and schema. If we go over and look at GTmetrix, it's a literal F, okay? 21% performance, 71% structure, 6.1 first content pane, almost a whole second in like time blocking time. I don't even know what all these numbers exactly mean. You do more research on that, but like I know that red's bad at minimum, and I know a little bit more than that, but like awful, right? We try to zoom in here. Enormous network payloads, 10 megabytes of, I'm pretty sure, like pictures and like assets and stuff. Not good. You can actually get a lot better score if you just compress your images before you put them up on the website. I could have done that. Do I want to do that? Not at all. Do I think that's scalable in any stretch of the imagination? No. I don't know why people do that. So I'm looking for, that was why I was looking at like short pixel. Actually, I have Robin image optimizer on there. I heard about that a long time ago. Honestly sucks. I mean, I don't want to say it sucks because I don't know enough about it, but like, I mean, it didn't seem like it was working well enough for my, use case here or whatever. So, all of that. So what's the point of this? I've heard of WPRocket as optimization and caching for like a bunch of times, right? Like hundreds of times at this point, as I've, thought about these things, had these conversations. And I think it's a very good product. It seems like there is I think right now, even they were running a promotion, like let's just say it's $300 a year for unlimited sites. That seems like a great deal if you're going to put that on every site. Super big value add to your clients as well, if you can say that. However, I looked into it more, and I don't think that it has a content delivery network associated with it. It has a separate one like Rocket CDN, but that's like a separate price, $9 a month or something like that per domain. And then also, and you got to think of like from an agency perspective too. I mean, if you're an individual, it's a little different, but like I'm trying to like benefit my clients, and I don't need lifetime licenses. There's a whole nother conversation to have about that. But like I do want to have like some sort of bulk thing or some ability to kind of scale these things, so I'm not like, at least so I can manage them or whatever, right? So I'm looking at WPRocket, and I see that doesn't have a CDN. It doesn't seem like it really actually optimizes the images. It just does a lot to kind of like, cache and, optimize. And again, it's still kind of confusing, but I just know that it has good results. And then I actually look on YouTube and I see two videos. I'll try to link them down below as well, to guys talking about NitroPack. And I'd heard of NitroPack before. I'd seen it a couple places, but the websites that I looked at did not look very good when they said they were using NitroPack. So I gave it a shot though, because I realized that they have a free trial tier. Real big knock on WPRocket is they don't have a way to test it. So you have no idea. Like, why would you buy into something that you don't know? Even though there's a guarantee, like refund, if WP somehow watches this, WPRocket, like, you got to offer something so I at least know that this is going to work. Don't give me the whole thing, but that's a gripe. It's a complaint that I have about every premium plugin. Like, you have to let me know that this is going to work, especially if I'm trying to buy this for a client or I'm telling a client to buy it. I'm not going to like do it unless I know that it's going to work. Then I'm happy to pay. Okay. So there's that. So we have we're at this point now where I'm like, okay, I'm going to check out NitroPack, and I have the dashboard pulled up here. We can talk about more of it. It's a free, there's just a free plan. It gives you like 5,000 page views, gigabyte of CDN bandwidth. There's nothing super crazy here. I'm not diving completely into this because it's not important, because there's settings, but there's not like a ton of things. You literally sign up for a free account, you download the plugin, you connect it just like you would any other license, via like API connect, type thing on your WordPress website. And that's pretty much it. You turn it on, and magically, like dark magically, so much so that there are hundreds of articles, people online, after I did this, I was like, this is absolutely insane. There's many people saying, oh, NitroPack is cheating. They're tricking the numbers on Google and all sorts of stuff, like the PageSpeed insights and all that. I'm going to go back, actually, okay? Remember this? You remember how we saw this? Right after I implemented it, right after, F to A. Now, I'm technical. I am not the most technical, okay? I don't know how this even happens. I can make some assumptions based on things that I've researched, read, found, but I know they're doing something that is working, that's effective, that's at least like making it seem like the website's way faster. The numbers are way faster. The experience is faster, okay? I don't want to go into like a super long rant about this, so I'll show the rest of the numbers first. But like, this is today, that one, the 97% A was from yesterday, like right after I did it. So maybe some things have changed or whatever. It's kind of like seemed like to settle in like the 90 range. And I don't think these numbers are exactly the same every single time, right? Very much better than an F. PageSpeed insights. Remember, it was like a 40, what was it? A 49, 98. Okay? 98. Mobile, 95. Mobile's really impressive. I mean, I don't know how they do it on mobile. Mobile's crazy. Here's my point. My point is that I want to address some of the hater stuff or whatever, or people that like are saying that like it's cheating or something like that. There are other videos. I think I cannot remember the name of the channel. I'll put it down there as well. I think his name is Bjorg. A lot of good WP content out there that he's created. He made a video about like, is NitroPack cheating? I'm not going to go into the technical thing because I don't want to say I don't care, but I really kind of don't care. Like, these numbers are so impressive that I could just turn that on. It's on ludicrous mode, by the way. That's the only thing you need to know. And I haven't seen any like issues or anything like that. I literally do not care. And here's the reason why I don't care. There's a lot of good arguments. People are saying like they don't like to do something like this because you never know when, like Google might change their algorithm and make it seem like, and like see if they're doing something weird or whatever, or like combining like requests or some sort of weird technical thing to make this faster. I don't care. There in no world is that actually going to matter to me. And here's why. I guarantee something like that's going to happen. The vibe that I get in SEO or in just like in performance or anything like that, Google is God and they make changes all the time. At some point, this might not be the way to do this, right? So you could make an argument that maybe I should just, if that was the argument though, then I should change everything about the way that I build websites. I should actually just, I should just hard code it. I should literally just HTML and CSS and JS like into just like, I should be just a custom web developer. And that's what I should do. I'm not going to do that. There's millions of people out there, millions of devs out there that aren't going to do that. I don't care. Like we're going to do this because this is like, there's two reasons that you want good numbers, right? The first reason is you want to rank higher and you want to have any sort of like, and I've gotten mixed opinions on this as well. I've heard some people say that performance has never actually affected their SEO rankings. There's two ways to even think about that. There's the actual numbers, and then there's this section above here that there's not enough data on our site specifically to kind of see. It's like the actual core web vitals. And that's like, I feel like that's a little more behavioral, right? So it's people coming to your site, interacting, and then that's what those numbers are. It's not just a pure test. The biggest argument that I saw was that, well, these numbers are whatever. That's cool. Like it does whatever to get these numbers. But what happens in the actual real world? If your site is slow and you implement NitroPack and it increases even 1% in a real world application, it's worth it. It's worth it. Why wouldn't it be worth it? Like, I'm not saying the price specifically is worth it, but where is the argument that it, like, unless it slows your site down and like it does the weird stuff or whatever, or the algorithmic stuff that it does to increase the numbers, and then it actually makes the user experience worse, how is that a bad thing? Like, how would that situation be a negative? The only way it would be a negative if it actually made the experience worse. Because Google, at least in this section, is like, wow, this is really great. Right? And I thought Google was like our god and like the SEO type thing. Right? So that's kind of my take on it. I'm really passionate about that because like I've actually found a solution seemingly, because everything else is like just like crazy. I don't like the fact that Elementor seems to bloat the hell out of these websites. JetEngine, kind of the same thing or whatever. But if you want that type of functionality and you want to rank, I have actually not found a better solution. And again, I'd be more than happy to test WPRocket if they would give me a testing option. But, you know, that's NitroPack did. And NitroPack is doing a great job. And I haven't paid for it yet, but I probably will. So those are my thoughts. I know this is not like this is probably one of the most controversial things I've seen in the WordPress space so far. I don't know exactly what they're doing under the hood. I don't really care. Because again, like I said, the arguments are like logical in nature, but then they break down so fast because of the numbers plus the core web vitals. Like, if the people are having a good time on your site and Google thinks your numbers are good, what's the deal? I mean, you could go like super ethical if you want, but I don't actually think they're doing any sort of like real black magic. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a hypothesis. If it's found out that they do, okay, whatever. But I'm just saying that from my experience with this, I think it's a no-brainer in a lot of cases. Just from, you know, like a step-by-step kind of perspective there. But I'm just one dude. I only have one opinion. I'm just trying to make my agency better, my websites better, my clients' websites better. If you have a better solution, or if you have some thoughts on this, I would love to chat about it. So leave a comment down below, hit me up, whatever. Make sure if you did get value out of this video, if you're going to try NitroPack, I'll leave a link in the description. It might be an affiliate link. Not trying to sell this necessarily. I don't even have the affiliate link yet. But I really do believe in this at this point, because that's staggering. If you don't want to use the affiliate link, totally fine. Just go to the website. I think it's nitropack.io. But those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, as always. And I will talk to you in the next one.